Hello. How's everybody doing? Let's give it a minute, let people arrive. Oh, I'm seeing myself, so we're good. Let me just mark this as an announcement, pin it to the top so people can see it. And, oh good, I can see comments. Hi. Good to see you. Good to see you. How's everybody doing today? It's Thursday. And this is our late day of drawing, so you've actually already had a nice full day today. Is everyone having a good day so far? I'm pretty good myself. Excited to draw with you. This is really kind of the highlight of my day, you guys, is when I get to come on and draw. So even when I do it late, when I'm doing it at like 3 o'clock, I'm just watching the clock, waiting for the time to tick past until it's turn. Another day, another doodle. I like that. That's a good little motto. We should all say that more. Let's see, announcements. We are drawing a nurse shark. We are drawing it. There is actually a thing as a nurse shark, if you didn't know that. So we are drawing a nurse shark, and then we're also going to kind of, if you want, you can play around with it and you can make it a nurse. And so we're doing this to celebrate all of our people in the medical industry who are still working hard to keep us all healthy. So this will be very exciting. It is Thursday. I swear these drawings are the only thing that keep me together and knowing what day it is. What else? Don't forget when you're done, I know I say this every day, so if you have been here before, it's a broken record, but thank you, Purple Rain. When you're finished with your drawings, please post them directly into the album that says Shark. You can find the albums if you're on a phone or an iPad. Below the header, there's a little gray bubbles, and if you scroll them to the left, you will see one that says albums, and then you just find the one that says Shark, and then you add it. Or you can post it directly on the group page. I try to add them all in albums. It doesn't always work. I know I miss some sometimes. So you adding them straight into the album helps me out a ton. Your cat crinkled your last picture. That's like saying your dog ate your homework. That's pretty funny. We also are on Instagram. So if you are on Instagram, you can follow the Draw with Stacy link, and you can post your pictures there, and then I share them with everybody. So I try to share them as many as I can. Hatching baby duck and chicks. Are you showing that on Instagram? Because I think I'm following you. I think I watched I watched somebody's baby ducks hatch today. It was very, very cute. Okay, if you don't have sound, well, you're not going to hear me say this, but you need to go out and come back in. It's something on your side. Okay, so let's go ahead. Today you're going to need a paper, you're going to need a pencil, you're going to need a black pen or crayon if you're not using pen, an eraser, and then your favorite colors. You can do your shark, whatever color you want. Sharks a lot of times are kind of grayish blues and browns, but when I drew my sample, I drew it a little different. So let's go ahead and show you. I'm going to flip this around. We're going to draw a turtle. We're going to draw a mermaid. We have a list of over 100 things on our drawing list, so we will get to them. Let's flip you around and show you what we're drawing. There is our nurse shark. So I did my nurse shark pink. I might draw the one today a different color. You can draw them, color them however you like. So I did mine pink, and then when I draw it for you today, I'm going to add a couple little things to make it a little more silly, yeah, and a little more fun and playful. So this is what we're doing today, and like most times, I'm going to kind of break it down into some simple steps. Remember how we do a lot of like working with shapes? So when we look at this shark, we're going to start with just this shape right here, almost like he has no tail. We're going to start with this, and then we're going to add all these little things on there. All right, so is everybody ready? We have SpongeBob, we have anime, we have a wolf. I promise you all of these things, they get noted by someone and they all get added to our list. So let me just rip this out. And let me move our camera a bit. So I'm drawing mine horizontally on the paper today. You can do it vertically if you like. I know these cameras are weird because Facebook Live groups, they just don't let you shoot horizontal, and it's very annoying. So I will move the page around so you can see all parts. You choked on a Pringle chip. I just read that. That's awful. Pringles are my favorite road trip snack. There's a little Stacy fun fact. And hi, Grandma. My mom and my grandma are here drawing with me. Oh, that's not a blank piece of paper. This is. Okay. Here we go. Is everybody ready? Get your pencils. We're going to start with the main body of the shark. So I'm going to do an arch just like that. Okay. And I'm going to repeat this step on the bottom. So I'm going to do another arch line and I'm going to connect it. So it's almost like making the shape of an eyeball. So there's the start of my shark's body. Oh gosh, baby shark. I'm going to have that in my head all day long now. Now, off of the back of my shark's body, I'm going to start creating the tail. So a little ways up from this point line, which I'm going to end up erasing all this, I'm going to do another curved line out. Just like this. And then same over here, starting just a little ways up, another curved line. And now I have like a seed. It does look like a seed. Now I have the start of my shark's tail. So now let's do that back fin. I'm going to do a curved line out, back down, just a little bit shorter than the top one, and back up. And there's the start of that shape. I can always adjust this a little bit and maybe make it curve in a little bit more, but I can do that later. That now just gives me the start. And watch this. If I erase this point now, I have what looks more like a shark. But by breaking it up into different pieces, it made it a lot easier to kind of do that. Instead of doing these big, long, continuous lines, you can break your drawing up and make it easier to draw. Now, nurse sharks have quite a few fins. They have a small one that's right in front of, on the top and the bottom, the bigger tail. So it's going to be kind of a triangular shape going up, but I'm going to curve the line and bring it back down. So there's one on the top. And then we're going to do the same shape on the bottom. And there's his two smaller fins. Now let's do this top fin here. So we have our imaginary middle line. Remember, a lot of times we do that, and I go ahead and show you where it is, but you just kind of imagine where the middle of this section here is. And where the middle is, that's where I'm going to start that top fin. So I'm going to come up, curve it back around, and drop it back down. And I don't like how straight this is here, so I'm just going to come on this line and I'm going to make it a little bit wider than I made it before. So I'm leaving those mistake lines there and just changing the shape a little bit. And there's my top fin. Now, in order to do his like side fins, which are kind of his arms when it's very cartoon-like, I'm going to break up his body. So first, I'm going to curve off the nose just a little bit. So where I had a really drastic point, I'm just doing a slight curve with the nose. And then a little bit below where the tip of the nose is, I'm going to put a line that comes all the way back towards the tail. So from here, we're going to do a line that comes down and connects with the tail. Just like this. So I'll give you a little bit to catch up. I'll go ahead and erase some of these little lines that I'm changing. You can also wait and do that at the end. And there's the start of my nurse shark. And now, since I have this center line, this is where I'm going to put that side fin. So the one on the top is going to come down below his body. So it's going to be a slightly waved line. See how I went in and then I went back out. And then I'm going to curve it around and then come back up to that middle body line. So there's the little sidearm fin. And what I'll end up doing is I'll end up erasing this line, and now that's the fin that lives on the outside or the closest side of the body. But I want the one underneath too, the one that's on the other side of the shark. So starting from underneath the body, I'm going to do this same sort of shape. Coming out and then coming back in. And there's the two fins. And then nurse sharks have one more little fin down here on the lower part of the body. It's a small one like this is. So this little small fin right here on the bottom. And that's the general shape. It does kind of look like a whale, but once we get the other details in, and you could easily take, that's the thing, is really sharks just kind of sometimes look like bigger whales. Nurse sharks have a very whale-like look to them. So with this tail fin, I want to change the shape of mine a little bit because I don't like how fat this is. So I'm going to keep this mistake line there, and I'm just going to come in a little bit and change that shape. And then I'm also going to curve in a little bit right there and change that shape. So see, I just changed the shape of it, but I left my original, my first lines there. So that way I can build off of them because I'll always erase them later. And there, now I like the shape of that tail a little bit better. Sometimes when we're drawing, we don't get it right the first time. Sometimes it takes a couple times to get what you like. And that's why we do it in pencil. So there's the shark. Now all we have to really add is the mouth, the eye, and the little gills. So I'll give you a little minute to catch up. And there's a lot of little lines in here that I'm going to erase. I'm going to erase the lines where the fins connect. So I don't touch those. When I go through with pen, it ends up one big shape. I'm going to do the same with the one up here at the top. I'm going to erase this line. And then I'm going to do this one on the bottom. Yeah, a lot of them will look like whales. And that's kind of a hue. When you're done with this, why don't you look up a nurse shark? And they kind of have just some more whale-like shaped body. They don't have that great white shark look to them. In fact, they really have no visible teeth. They have these big, wide mouths, these like skinny, oval-shaped mouths. So I'm going to go ahead and give mine the mouth right now. So a little bit down from this second point here, I'm going to do a mouth. Just kind of a skinny oval. Now, if you want to make a different type of shark, do a big mouth and draw your teeth in. And then they have this funny little piece that hangs off the top lip. So we're going to put this little hanging piece off the top, and then those little lines will end up erasing. So we have the top, it comes down into this little hangy guy, and there's our mouth. They tend to have much smaller eyes, but mine is a cartoon, so it's not going to look exactly like a real nurse shark. So I'm just going to do a circle for an eye, and then I'm going to do my little circle of light inside the eye, because I like having that circle of light. And last but not least, let's give some fins. And there's the general shape of my shark. Now when I'm done, I can, color this however I want. You can make it all the same color. You can do multiple colors. But I want to add a little bit more to this shark. Your shark had too many Oreos. Okay, so I'm going to put a nurse's hat on mine. So I'm going to put a line here coming a little bit into the shark, and then a line here coming a little bit into the shark. And I'm going to do a curved line to connect the two on the top, and then a curved line to connect the two on the bottom. So now mine is wearing a little hat. Nurses don't wear these hats all that often anymore, but whenever you see a nurse in a drawing, they always have this kind of funny little white hat on their head. I'm sure a lot of our nurses are glad they don't have to wear this hat. And now a nurse will have this plus sign, this red plus sign. And sometimes these can be hard to draw, so in a very block format. So just start with a plus. Just do your plus like that. And then when we use our pencil or pen, we'll make that wider. You can definitely draw yours rainbow. And the rest of the hat is white, and then just this part will be red. And now to add one other funny thing to my nurse shark is I'm going to add the stethoscope, which is what they use to listen to your heart. I hope I'm saying that right. So this might come into my fin some, but I'm going to do a curved line that comes all the way to the bottom, through the body of my shark. Go ahead and erase that fin. And then I'm going to do another one following the same line, just a little bit. So now I just have this stripe. And now, hanging from the neck will be the stethoscope. So let's put a curved line here and a curve here, just a little, just like we did up here. And then at the end of it, we'll have a circle. Remember, if you don't like the shape of your circle, draw it again and just make it a little bit wider. Use the existing line. And then we're going to do another little circle inside. That's that little knob they hold on to. And now it's really a nurse shark. And I'll go ahead and add an extra gill back here because I took one out when I drew this stethoscope. You don't have to do the nurse at all. You can make yours just a plain old shark. You could make it a whale. I mean, it really does kind of look like a whale. So if somebody on here said, I really want to draw a whale, then go ahead and just draw a whale. So now I'm going to go ahead in with my pen and I'm going to do the outline. Just going over all the lines I want to leave. This one here is going to stop when I get to that stethoscope because I don't want a line through it. And it's going to pick back up on the other side of it. So see how I did that? I didn't go all the way through. Although I am going to color a lot of this in black, so it really won't matter at the end. And now let's go ahead and do this fin here. And then the belly. And this little fin. And then back to the little fin in the back. You're welcome. Thank you for being here drawing with me. And now I'm going to go into the tail. I'm changing the shape just a little bit once I have my pen. Just bringing it, I brought it in a little bit over here and I made the bottom a little bit longer. You can always do that with your pencil first if you're too scared to go straight in with your pen, or when you have your pen in your hand, you could just decide at that time you want to make a change. Go ahead and do this body. Let's do the top and the fin on the top, which I'm going to make just a little bit shorter than I made in the drawing. Now I have this one on the bottom. Go ahead and do the eye. Leave that little white spot, and I'm going to go ahead and color that eye in. Do the little gills. And now this belly line. This one here, stopping at that stethoscope. And then the one going to the point of the nose. So now I can do the line of the stethoscope. I'm going to do this bottom part first. And now I'm not going to go across here. You can if you want. It's not a big deal. And just doing those lines on each side. You could add other sea creatures in the background. Maybe there's a nurse shark, and then there's a smaller nurse shark with it. I'm going to do the mouth. I'm going to come to this little hangy piece, stop, bring it back down, and then the back of the mouth, and then same on the other side. And I'm coloring the inside of the mouth black. You could do it a different color. Oh, and now I need the bottom part of the stethoscope and the little part. And there we have it. So while I made this plus sign here, I'm actually going to erase it because I'm just going to do that in red. I don't want to put that down in black and then do red on top of it. So I'm just going to completely erase that and erase all the other marks that I don't need anymore. So all of those little stethoscope marks, the gills where I left them. I don't think I've forgotten anything today. I am super forgetful, so sometimes I have to have you guys remind me and say, Stacy, you forgot the eyebrows. I forget my stuff all the time. You could ask my family. So just erasing all those lines. And yeah, you could definitely do, coral in the background. You could do little bubbles all over the page, like it's underwater. Go ahead and do some of those. I'm going to leave some room here because I'm going to write on mine. You could do some little seagrass at the bottom. If you want, little seaweed grass. I know I did erase. I erased the plus because I'm going to just do that in red. Watch, it'll go right back. So I'm going to go ahead and outline all these little circles. If you didn't do the circles, that's okay. Remember, this is your drawing too, so you make it how you want. It's one of my favorite things is seeing how you guys adjust it to make it your own. We saw it a lot, even with the Harry Potter yesterday. You know, Funko Pops didn't have a mouth, but some people really wanted a mouth, so they drew a mouth. Some people drew it more realistic. Some people cut theirs out and made theirs like a little figure, character. I'll go ahead and do this little seagrass. You could add a lot more of that if you want. I'm just going to have a little just for fun and just to show you guys some of the options of the things that you can do. And now I'll go ahead and erase any of the funny pencil lines I have in here. I love you too. I love drawing with you guys. It's so much fun. Oh, see, I forgot a bubble. Forgot to outline one. So I'll do that one right now. I like that yours is singing baby shark. That's pretty cute. It's a good idea. And there we go. There is my shark. So, like I said, for that plus sign, I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to go ahead and do it, you can't even see, in red. So I'm going to add it back on. I'm going to make it a little thicker than I had it before just by going up and down, making it a little wider, and then I'll do the part that goes across. And now I have that plus sign back on. You wrote your name in the seagrass font. That's a good idea. That's another great idea. So now my stethoscope, I'm going to make part of it black and part of it gray. So I'm going to put a little tiny line right here, and I have my pen again, and I'm just going to color in this lower part will be all in black. And I'm going to make that little button black. And then the rest, this upper part and the part there, that I will make gray. Do I know what we are doing tomorrow? You guys want to know what we're doing tomorrow? Should I tell you? Because I know. I already decided. Sometimes I really don't know, and I decide at nighttime and then I announce it on the page, but sometimes I know. Right now I know. Do you guys want to know? Or should I keep it a secret? So far it's a yes. Yes, 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 yes. Tomorrow we are going to do... Nope, I'm not going to tell you. Okay, I'll tell you. Tomorrow we are going to do Mickey Mouse. I told you. Oh, see, that's all the delay. So tomorrow's Mickey Mouse, Minnie, maybe. It might have both. It might just have one. It kind of depends. Or you might be able to, some of you can make it Minnie by just adding certain things. But that's what our plan is tomorrow. We're going to go out Friday with a bang. But Monday, you'll have to come in Sunday night to know what we're doing Monday. So these little bubbles, I colored some of them in all the way. Let me zoom in on this. I colored some in all the way. Some of them I just put a line, and some of them I just colored partially. And that, again, it just kind of gives some interest. Makes them so they're not all exactly the same. For my seagrass or my kelp, I'm going to color that in kind of a lighter green. Oh, I knew everybody was going to be excited about Mickey. Your inner Disney nerd is happy. We had a lot of requests. So yes, we can do a kangaroo. A kangaroo is on our list. I'm sorry. I see your message. I promise you it's on our list. We will be doing a kangaroo. What I've been doing is we're keeping track of all the requests, and some of the items get a lot of requests. They get multiples. So, we just add check marks so we know. Pluto is on the list. SpongeBob is on the list. A lot. Bigfoot is on the list. And then I'm going to take the same green. Giraffe is on the list. And make some dark lines just to add some texture into that sea kelp. Space, something space, that's on there. A panda, an elephant. Ooh, BFG isn't. I'll add that one on. And now I just need to do my shark. So I think today I'm going to make my shark orange. Kermit is, Patrick is, Okay, I'm gonna focus on my drawing a little bit. I promise you all your requests make it to the list, but it's a big list, so you'll have to be patient because the drawing that you're looking for, it might not happen right away, but it will happen eventually. We do 5 drawings a day, so that, you're doing 20 drawings in a month. The list needs to be big. So I'm just doing all of this upper part a light orange. What color are you guys going to color your shark in today? Have you picked a color for your nurse shark? Last night I felt like pink, but today I feel like orange. So I'm doing all of this top body in going along the line and coloring in. Do the same from the top line coming in. Pink and teal. A tree is on the list. I just saw that. Did anyone add any other things in the back with your shark? Any other sea creatures? Or do you plan on it? Maybe when you're done with the drawing, that's when you add more. So I've done this. Yellow is my favorite color. And now I'm going to color this lower part the same color, but I'm going to push harder. If you're using a crayon that maybe you already pushed hard, you could just pick a different color. If you're using a pen, you could use a different color. Since I went really light on the top part, that lets me do this bottom part dark, and it ends up looking like 2 different colors. And just having that difference just again gives it a little bit of character, adds a little bit of interest to the eye, having a variety. This back fin, I'm going to do not quite as dark as this, not quite as light as this, kind of in the middle, because I want it a little bit darker since it's shaded, but I don't want it quite as dark as the bottom part of that body. So that works right there. I'm also going to add some dark lines where my gills are, so it makes them look like they're kind of open. What about a comfy couch? I don't have a comfy couch on our list. My favorite animal is called a manatee. Does anyone know what a manatee is? They look kind of like the cross between, I don't know. They look a little bit hippo-ish, whale-ish, seal-ish. They're big, soft, delicate creatures. And there we go. Now you could add other little, you could shadow a little bit in here. If you want it on the fins, maybe it's shadowed just a little under the edge of that hat. Always to just add some texture. A sea cow, yep, that's them. I love manatees. They're my favorite. I always say that a manatee is my spirit animal. So there we go. Just shadowing a little bit, shading, not shadowing, shading a little. And I'm finished. There is my nurse shark. And I'm just going to write in here, thank you. Nurses and doctors. And last but not least, we are writing our name. We are writing our age and where we're from. And there we have our nurse shark, all finished. So thank you very much for drawing with me. I'm going to flip you back around. It was a good day to draw. And we'll draw tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing Mickey Mouse. We're drawing at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Don't forget when you're finished to have yourself or your parents load your pictures into the shark album or directly on the page. Don't put them in the comment threads. They get lost in there. And thank you so much for drawing a nurse shark with me. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.